Hi, I saw this comment from Morgan Knott that seemed like a good topic for today. So I'm gonna read a comment and we're gonna go right into it. Morgan Knott is saying, I have a possibly difficult question. So you know how when we fall asleep, we usually can't control our thoughts and our dreams. I'm worried if this might be the case after death as well. Like, how do we prevent our dumb dream self after death too? Do we have to master the lucid dreaming in order to have full control of where we go after we die? And sorry for 1,000 questions, but it's something I worry about since I rarely am able to lucid dream. Great question. So going straight at the answer, you don't have to master lucid dreaming. And basically after your death, your physical body and everything you have, like your case, your problems, your issues, your thinking, you're gonna lose it. That's a quick answer. But going a bit deeper into it, once we come here on Earth, it's like entering this program, this matrix, this mind. There are a lot of limitations, collective agreements of this physical reality of Earth, a lot of limitations on how we're going to live, rules that we have to abide by. And, you know, it's all your case. It's all that your physical body has. So everything from birth until this very moment of right now, everything you have experienced, there's a lot of things that has happened that when recalling issues, problems, troubles, things you've heard that you didn't like, it builds up. And it creates your reality at every single moment. Now, when you get out of body or when you die, you lose it because you're away from the physical body. You're away from all the agreements of everything that was the identity of the physical body on Earth. But you are consciousness. And when you leave the physical body, you are free from the physical identity of this body. So once you die, I like to say that you don't get smarter. Just because you die, all of a sudden you go like, oh, I remember all my past lives, great, let's go, fuck this Earth. It's not gonna be like that. A lot has to do with your beliefs. And, that's why I recommend to learn as much as possible, to just try to hear a lot of different point of views to get the understanding. And at the same time, choose the reality or a belief that would empower you. There are a lot of things with white light, trap, soul traps, archons entities and reptilians and any possible entities that you can see after death. Oh, your loved ones, but they're all fake and they're going to try to talk you into coming back on Earth. See, we hear a lot about these scenarios of the bad things that can happen. And those are true. Like everything that is out there is true. But you don't have to experience it. Because what one person experiences and believes is their creation. And as we collectively like, okay, this is the reality, I've seen it. We hear stories from people that get out of body. We hear stories from people that have near-death experience. We hear stories from people that can actually talk to those that are dead. And they have great perception, way beyond the normal suppressed human abilities. And so we hear a lot of these understandings and, like there's, of course, Robin Morningsky and Robert Monroe and a lot of people out there who bring out the stories of what's out there. So we have a lot of these stories and we have to pick out the cherries or what we like to create our own belief system. And just because it's out there, like you hear like Wes Penry talking about the grid around Earth and you're like, okay, all right, I have to get out from the grid and then not look at the white light and then turn around and then go to my chosen reality. It doesn't have to be this hard. Like literally you can create your own default place where you're gonna go. And by that, I mean, just right now, let's say before you even die, you still have a lot of years to live or not, but you can like take control right now, take control of your afterlife right now. And just think of a place where you would like to go after this physical body drops dead or once you're done with this place. And so when you have the definition of the place, like maybe some visuals, maybe you don't have any visuals. I'm like, okay, just write the story, write the details. How would it look like? If you were into playing a video game or watching a movie, you still would have to describe, okay, well, imagine there's a blind person sitting next to you and you're going to describe what's going on in the movie. So you're going to have to use a lot of adjectives and details and everything else and tell what's going on. And that's how you would guide yourself. Let's say you're the blind person who doesn't have visuals, and just think of yourself, okay, what would that place be like, the perfect one? And you define it, and it's your own pocket realm, so to speak. And make sure you create a rule so that no one else could enter there, so that you would have your own safety. And in that place, once you die, let's say, okay, your physical body drops dead, it gets very clear. You get more aware, just because all the thoughts, the mind, the thinking, the problems, the issues, even your sicknesses and diseases is not a thing anymore. You left your physical body that was holding it all. Same with entities. If you've had any entities, any chakra problems, or oh, your aura is dark and all this stuff, doesn't matter. It's all belonging to the physical body. Once you're out, you're free from that because you're consciousness. You don't have a mind. You don't have a body. You're just a point of view that's aware of it all. And it's up to you to choose where you want to go. You can exit the duality right away, be away from all the good, bad, right, wrong, all this crap, or still keep yourself involved in the, 3D games, 4D games, like whatever you choose to. You don't have to master the lucid dreaming. Of course, it would seem like, okay, well, lucid dreaming, out-of-body experience is very similar to what death will be like. And of course, we would have to take control and make sure my dumb self wouldn't go into, I fall asleep and I'm not in control of my physical body or my body out there. How am I gonna control myself in the afterlife? It doesn't work like that. It would be a fear, and that fear controls us. So if you start believing that, or being afraid that, okay, my mind, if I die and if I have any diseases like dementia or amnesia, or if I'm not in control of my lucid dreams or my out-of-body experiences fully, if I don't have the awareness and I haven't learned that much, man, I'm kind of fucked after I die. That belief will control you, and the fear-inflicted belief will put you in the lower realms, or will be attracting beings that can actually scare you more, or talk to you, or influence you in certain ways. And it doesn't have to be that, but a lot of times, hey, if you start focusing on a negative and you're controlled by the fear, that's what's pretty much gonna await you after you die. Now, let's say if you have amnesia, if you have dementia, if you have cancers and any other possible things that your physical body can experience, once you drop dead, it's not gonna be a thing. Once you die, you're going to be looking like the best prime, or the self you've had at the peak moment in your life. So let's say if you think of okay, when I was 20 or 30, I was the best in my whole life. And the way you see yourself at your best is how some of you will look like, because it's this still, the form or shape you might identify yourself with. A lot might be I don't care about his body. So you're just going to be point of view. You can't even, it can't be touched. And because of that, you're free. So all this, I'm just looking at the comment and, the whole worry case. One thing I would just tell you to do is, again, create your afterlife place for when you die, so that you already before going and before anything happens, you already kind of set rule, or okay, I'm going to appear here. It's sort of self-programming, or even this NLP technique, neuro-linguistic programming, where let's say you're going to lay in your physical bed and choose an item in your room right now. So for me, for example, I'm just going to, let's see, this is better. So let's say you're sleeping on my couch, right? And you're going to choose one of my posters. Okay, this is going to be, every time I'm going to see this poster, Luffy, or let's say the flying saucer, you wake up and every time you look at this, you're going to remember your dream. You tell that every day. Okay, when I wake up, I look at this flying saucer or One Piece poster, I'm going to remember my dreams. I'm going to remember what's going to happen. Same thing with guitar, your dream catcher, anything. You look around in your room where you sleep, you look at the object and tell yourself, when I wake up and I see this, I'm going to remember, I'm remembering my dreams, my nightly experiences, what happened. And you tell yourself few times or enough, but you do this every day, and you program yourself. That item equals memory of what happened throughout the night. And one day, you wake up from, your dreams, and you're just and your eyes just catch the poster, and the memory will start coming back, just because you program yourself with it. So same way, when we hear a lot of stories here on Earth, white light, like the grid or soul traps and other things, the more we hear about it and the more we like scare ourselves with those things, or, oh, I have to learn and master lucid dreaming and out of body experience to have full control of myself when I'm out there, is going to become part of your reality. And you can right now define and create the place where you're going to go, create your home world, like your own little sanctuary, where once your physical body drops dead, your consciousness is just going to appear there. So it's the same as you close your eyes, you fall asleep, and you open your eyes and you're in another world. Once your physical body drops dead, you open your eyes and you're in another place. And you can be just a, like point of view, consciousness, awareness. And you can allow yourself to take shape of your human body or any kind of body at all. You are the creator. You can shapeshift and be absolutely anything you can think of and imagine. And everything is the imagination. So don't worry about that. And in that realm that you create, that is safe, that is for your own programming, no one else can enter there. This is where you can go at remembering your past lives. So you don't just remember just because you die, but once you allow yourself, like, okay, who was I in my past life? You don't have the earthly human case anymore. You don't have, I'm sick, I'm not good enough, oh, I can't visualize, oh, I can't do that. It's all on your dead physical body. It's all here. Now you're free of that. There is no thinking. It's only knowingness. It's perception. And for me, I've had those moments where I was out cold. And it's void and it's pure black. I didn't really have beliefs about afterlife. It just happened to me. And it was so freaking good. Being in this void, this darkness, it felt so calm. I didn't have a shape or form. I didn't have a body. I was just point of view. And for me, this darkness, this void was really calming, relaxing. It felt so good. And there was no thinking, no thoughts, no case of, oh my God, I just died, or, oh my God, what's my mom gonna think? Nothing that I would think of, none of my issues or problems, or I'm afraid of heights. Shit, fuck, like that's not happening. It's not even a thing anymore. That belonged to my physical body on Earth. This part of me that is in that void is free. And it's so freaking good. It's probably like the best things I've experienced here on Earth. Just like kind of like dropping that for a second or something. That was like the best. So like that freedom, for me, I just get so happy about it because people here, a lot of you have this, case, everything that built up, what people say, what you think about yourself, the beliefs, the perceptions and everything else. And it's like what controls your life. And the moment you die, you lose it all. Like, you know who you are. Everything that you have learned here on Earth, you will have it all. And then in this peace and quietness that you can create in your own realm where no one's going to interrupt, you can just guide yourself, remember past lives, learn tons of things. Like you can access your Akashic records. Your consciousness knows it all. You've experienced so much throughout your whole existence, like the eternity. You are everything and nothing all at once. And so you can choose to, get a body or, okay, now what? And you can literally choose, your next activities, whether you want to learn more, connect to certain beings, join your soul family, star family, like whatever. Meet your loved ones, meet the people like your lovers and anything else, or just go like, okay, now what I'm going to do? And just make sure like you're far, far away from Earth, if that's the case. So that would be like, like my kind of thing. But yeah, like you don't really have to worry about, oh, damn, I have to master lucid dreaming to know what the hell am I going to do after I die. Just make sure that you know that you are God, your consciousness, your imagination, and you can do it all. Don't allow yourself to drown in the fear or in things that people say that will make you like doubt yourself, or kind of like, I don't know, like that don't allow that fear in your life. Feel free to question everything and make sure you like cherry pick and like get the best parts that fit your own reality or way of thinking. Even what I'm saying, question it all, like, like double check it if you can, ask more people. But really, like getting out of body or that death and what happens after death, doesn't matter how you die, by the way, even if it's suicide, even if it's car crash, or even if it's being burned alive or sacrificed, or any possible gory, bad, hardcore way you can go, or even falling asleep calmly or whatever, the outcome is the same. It all depends on your belief system. It doesn't make you go to hell. It doesn't make you go to heaven or suffer eternally or being like reborn on earth right away. It's not. There's a lot of, belief systems being pushed where you're gonna suffer. Oh no, like suicide is a sin and you're gonna suffer forever and you're gonna come back to earth. Like I'm not recommending it. I would catch hell from YouTube and authorities if hey, you should yourself. But for me, getting out of body, never coming back to the physical body is the best way to go. Of course, good luck practicing it. But if you have visuals, you can do that and you don't have to focus on this place and you're going to be out for sure. So that being said, freedom, make yourself God, define yourself like you can do everything, you're infinite. And I'm telling that to you because we get here in the first place because we have beliefs that creates limitations where the perception we have out there is that, I can't do something, I'm limited, I'm controlled, I'm stuck, I'm falling. And the perception you have with the intention and the fear and the emotion will create that limitation. And all of a sudden from infinite, certain perceptions can put you and create you in that place where you're not that much. But when you get out of body or when you're lucid dreaming and you know that you are God and you can do absolutely everything, create reality, change everything you want, then even those bad guys that we call, even people that would like to harm you or use you or mess with you will stay away because they know like that person, they know they're God, they know what they can do. And I better don't mess around with them because I don't want to get burned and stuff. So I'll just stay away, like they're going to keep their distance from you. But yeah, if you know that you are God and you can do absolutely everything, remembering that, that's all. That's all you need to remember and know. You are infinite, you're God, you can do absolutely everything, manifest whatever you want while being here on earth or when you leave. And with that, you're pretty much like good to go. So yeah, that would be my message for today. Hopefully that sort of answered your question. And yeah, I went all over the place, wasn't clear, but that's what I wanted to say. So thanks for listening and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.